So open the space, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. So we thought we would look at the elements, what makes a good practice from and differentiates it from practice, which differentiates it from um, indisciplined practice, right? Informal practice. So with anything, whatever you do, you become good at doing it. That's the way it is, right? And discipline is one of those things that goes hand in hand with intention. Because you can't discipline something without holding the intention. Because what's stopping you? Don't think, no, go on shaking you or anything like that. No, I don't feel like meditating. I don't feel like it. No. Or I don't feel like sitting with myself. That could be the other reason. Because sometimes there's too much going on and you need time out. So there are certain things that we have to begin to recognize in our growth, right? So this is your growth, your flourishing. So I asked the question earlier on, do we know where we are? Well, the first thing we need to recognize is that we place our own limitations on our own development. We talk ourselves out of things. We know what's right, but we'll talk ourselves out of it. Now, some of these things are kind of rational led. You give greater importance to the mind, to the thinking, to the analysis, than you give to what feels right. Meditation is always good because it's you, it's to do with the heart. It always feels good, provided you do it. But the mind will convince you why you haven't got time. It'll give you an excuse, has to give you an excuse. So we use this to our advantage. We begin to recognize how we limit ourselves through our own conversations. We just need to begin to see it. So that's one thing. The other thing is to strengthen your intention. Though discipline is the fruit, intention is the seed. Do you want to cultivate discipline? Do you want to? Not, do I want to meditate? Do I want to cultivate discipline? So once you get your intention clear, then your practice follows with that intention. And if you can hold that intention for 3 or 4 days, you'll find that it becomes more and more solidified. Normally, it just takes a few days before that intention begins to become something you're doing without the intent of doing it. You become it. But discipline and intention, your authority, your autonomy, will only be known when you exercise it. So use these moments. Don't give yourself a hard time either. Sometimes you don't do this, we don't do this. Don't give yourself a hard time. Look at it as simply a respite in whatever way you want to look at it, or entering the jungle. Either way you can look at it. Because you will realize that when you don't have a practice, it doesn't just impact how you feel and how you are within yourself, but it also impacts all those things around you. If your mind is conditioned, if your mind is in that soup, then everything is a soup. There's no two ways about it. If it's colored in any way, everything you see is colored with whatever you're conditioned with. So this meditation is a way of taking that conditioning and putting it aside. So you enter the world in a fresher way. Life begins to become meaningful. And it becomes meaningful because it's fresh every moment. Even the moments of indiscipline, the moments of falling off the wagon. These are beautiful experiences that we learn from. And we move on. So there is no good, there is no bad. There is no right, there is no wrong. We begin to take this middle path where we are simply interested in the intention to say, okay, first I want to develop discipline. Get that intention clear. How are you going to do it? Well, I'm going to do it with a number of ways. Okay, every day I'm going to stand on a chair, or every day I'm going to sit and try and meditate. Makes no difference. But you need to exercise it with that intention. And then the other thing is non-judgment awareness. When you criticize yourself, when you see all the other stuff coming up, whatever's going on, you're able to see yourself and say, yeah, I'm human. It's okay. I can go through it. So kindness and contentment. So I asked the question earlier on, do we know where we are? And there are different ways to measure this. And one way to measure this is, do you feel more content or less content? That's the only question. Less stressed, more stressed. Less healthy, more healthy. That's the first. Peace, inner peace, contentment. Contentment is the first rung. From contentment will arise a level of kindness and compassion. And it's organic. It's not something you're doing. It's the way you see yourself. It's the way you treat yourself. It's the way you honor yourself as a human being, with what's and all. It's a different way of embracing you. It's organic. It's organic. When those two come together, a different space opens, a space which you could only, the only word that can come close to it is a word, either ethics or integration. I don't know which one it is at the moment. I'm still trying to work out an English word that describes that, right? But it's groundedness. It's where you become the expression. When I say become, it's nothing magical. It's it's a realization of the wave and the ocean not being separate. Just that realization, but it's not an understanding. It's not intellectual. It's a felt thing. And when that felt thing happens, then irrespective of the world, irrespective of anything, your truth shines out. That's it. This is where you can say you're aligned with existence, aligned with whatever you want to call this greater space. And this alignment then allows you to grow and flourish even further. So, if you want to measure where you are, ask yourself a couple of questions. One, do I feel healthier? If I do this, do I feel more at peace? Do I feel less stressful? Just simple questions, yay or nay. Second question is, in the way I've been treating myself, has it been with some level of kindness? Right? Not indulgence, but kindness. Has it been with kindness? And am I as kind to myself as I am with everyone else? And you will find the answer for yourself. You know where you're at. No one else can tell you. Those two are always a good marker, always a good marker. And they develop, but you don't become a doormat, right? That's the other thing. Yeah, that's the other thing. There's a sovereignty to this. There's a sovereignty to this. There's like a presence to this. Yeah, you're not going to be fooled over. The only way to know the ultimate is to know the immediate. That's it. So you have to know yourself. And the only way you can know yourself is through going within. No other way. And to go within, you need discipline, focus. What are you focusing on? Breath being one of the easiest way to go in, within. And then simply knowing the territory, what's happening in that. And you'll see that in most of the meditations towards the end, I'll always say, have a look at the quality of your experience. Right? It's not just about, hey, this feels good. Have a look at it. What's going on? And the more you become present to that, the more this your own sense of self evolves because you know more about yourself. That's all there is to it. Go beyond the mind, you get into that space, and you realize the quality of your experience. And some of the things are, it tends to be quiet there, it's peaceful, it's still, it's silent, but there's a presence, and the presence is you. It's a bigger picture. Do you know what I mean? It allows you to see what you're about beyond everything else. And how do you know in that moment it's the real thing? Because it's non dual. Your senses are dual. You like looking at certain things, you don't like looking at certain things, you like hearing certain things, you don't like hearing things, taste, the whole thing, dualistic, right? Your body, everything dualistic. Physically, dualism. Dualism meaning there are two opposite sides to everything. The mind, your astral body, your inner body, your subtle body, whatever you want to call it, is also dualistic. The goody two shoes and the other one. The conversation, the listener and the hearer, the speaker, the content, the dialogue, whatever you want to call it, the mental traffic. It's always dualism. And the other thing is your feelings are dualistic. Either you feel suffering or you feel peace. There's one or two, dukh or sukh, nothing else. There is a third space, which is beyond these two, but that's a cultivated space, right? So in within yourself, you're either happy or unhappy. Either you're in a good mood or not in a good mood. There's a dualism. But when you get to that space, you'll notice there's no dualism. That's again another quality of that space. But enough of the talking. Let's put our hand in the fire. Yeah. And see if we can get there. Okay. So we'll begin first, just taking a very, again, okay, so try and see if you can watch yourself or become aware of the intention, right? So before we begin, we're quite loose and our intention is neither here nor there, and we focus on something. And now we're going to create an intention. So I suggest closing your eyes and cultivating this intention. And your intention is simply to become present. That's all there is to it. And what that means is you want to become present to your body, to your inner space, and just to this moment as best as you can. So, in order to do that, you're going to first work with your body. So, you straighten your back and you pull your chin in slightly so your neck, head, and spine are aligned. And you pull your shoulders back and you make sure they're not hunched, but your chest feels open. Your hands, arms are comfortable. And if you draw a breath in and just become aware of your posture, and you want to notice is there any discomfort anywhere? Does your posture need adjusting? Okay. Next breath in. The intention is to look for sensations. As we breathe in, we become aware of the body as best as we can. Sensing the body as best as you can. So try and see if you can sense the form from the head all the way down. So you might not be able to get an outline, but get a fuzzy sense of where you are. And notice that sense extends just beyond your physical body. Bringing your focus now towards the top of your head. Imagine a hula hoop above your head, and as this hoop begins to descend, it's going to light up your body and see if there's any sensations such as pain, ache, tightness, itch. ache, sensations of heat or cold. And all you do is simply allow this hoop to come down, scanning your head, your face, moving down, simply scanning your body for sensations. And if there is a sensation that you come across, notice where it is and keep scanning. Next breath in, once again becoming aware of your body as best as you can. And a quick check-in to see if there's any sensations that draw your attention. Next breath in, you bring your focus now to the seat you're on, and you notice the sensations where your body makes contact with whatever you're sitting on. And you notice those sensations are neither pain nor absence of pain, but simply sensations. There is no discomfort with those sensations. As you breathe in, you bring your focus up so you become aware of your hips. Remember, you're still looking for sensations. And then gently moving this focus down your thighs towards your knees. From your knees, you move down to your ankles. Even this is followed with an intention. You intend to move your focus now to your feet. And then from your feet, you move to the soles of your feet. The ability to have intention. Now bringing your focus back to the seat you're on. You just notice that you're held in place. You're in fact embedded, locked in this space, this moment. Neither a moment in front nor a moment at the back. Just this moment. And in this moment, you exist with everything else that exists in the moment of now. Notice that you're held in place. Your back is straight. And then from your lower back, you move your focus gently up, scanning the lower back, moving towards the middle back. From your middle back, move your focus up towards your shoulder blades. And once you arrive at your shoulders, see if you can allow them to soften a little bit. Simply the intention to soften, to relax. From your shoulders, as you breathe out, you move down towards your elbows. From our elbows, we move towards our wrists. And then coming to the palms of your hands. Gently moving your focus to your fingers. sensing them. That's all you're doing, no imagination, no thinking, just sensing, just being present there. Your focus is like a spotlight. Wherever you notice, you point that spotlight, you become aware of the sensations. Gently bring your focus towards your eyes, and you become aware of the darkness. Realizing you are awareness. Then you can bring this awareness to the sides of your face, and even towards the back of your head. As you breathe out, you allow your eyes to soften and relax. Next breath in, bringing your focus to your mouth. Remember, we're looking for sensations. Notice the general sensations within your mouth. Sensations on the roof of your mouth. Notice how you can focus your awareness exactly where you want to. Notice the sensations within your mouth on the insides of your cheek. And then moving your focus to your tongue. Scanning it. Allowing it to soften. Allowing it to truly soften and relax. And then allowing the jaw to soften and relax. And on your next breath out, you allow the face to soften and relax. Next breath in, once again becoming aware of your whole body as best as you can. And a quick check-in, a physical check-in. Physically, what is in my awareness? Is there any pain? Is there any discomfort? And if there is, notice it. Physical. Next breath in, we move our focus within ourselves. And now our awareness lights up the thoughts and how we're feeling. Bringing your focus first towards your mental space. How does your mental space feel at the moment? Do you feel alert or do you feel drowsy? Are you attentive or are you distracted? Is there clarity or do you feel foggy? Next breath in, bring your focus to your chest. And all you're doing is just holding your awareness on the surface of your chest. Allow your breath to breathe by itself. And begin to notice the movement of the chest synchronized with the breath. Allowing the breath to breathe by itself. Hold your focus as best as you can. Breath comes in, chest moves out. Simply holding your focus at your chest allows the body to rebalance, the physiology to rebalance. Notice there are subtle sensations around your ribs as the breath moves in and the breath moves out. See if you can notice them. Next breath in, bring your focus a bit deeper into yourself. As the right in the center of your chest, at your very heart center. And there is a need to hold your focus there for a while it settles. And just notice how you're feeling right this moment, at an emotional space. Do you feel settled or unsettled? Is this moment peaceful for you or is this moment anxious? Just notice how you're actually feeling, not what you're thinking. How do you feel? And then on your next breath out, opening your awareness to all the sounds and noises around you. Gently bring your focus just beneath your nose and begin to notice the movement of your breath. Allow your breath to breathe by itself. If you find your focus has drifted, disturbed by my voice or sound or your thoughts, notice the distraction come back to your breath. Stay with your breath. Notice the in-breath has a start and an end. Notice the out-breath has a start and an end. Start, end of your in-breath. Notice the start, end of your out-breath as best as you can. Sharpening your focus. Begin to follow your out-breath all the way till the end. Use your out-breath as a way of bringing you deeper and deeper into the moment of now. Alert, yet relaxed. Present. Following your out-breath all the way till the end. Notice a little gap right at the end of your out-breath. Notice how you're breathing now. How does the breath feel? Does your breath feel fast or does it feel slow? Does it feel light or does it feel heavy? Stay with your breath. And then, as best as you can, bring your focus to the sound of your breath. Your intention is simply to listen. Listen to the breath as it moves in. Listen to the breath as it moves out. And on your next breath out, opening the awareness to all the sounds and noises around you, including the sound of your breath. And using the sound of the bell to move deeper into the silence. The intention is to move into the silence by simply following the bell. Gently bring your focus just beneath your nose, sitting with your breath in silence. Taking a moment to notice your experience. On your next breath out, gently expanding your awareness, once again becoming aware of the body as best as you can. Notice your posture. You're still held in the same place you began, bringing your focus to the seat you're on. Sensations where your body makes contact with your seat. And then gently bringing your focus to your hips, allowing it to gently move down your thighs. Take your time, all the way down to your knees. And then from your knees, you gently move this down, scanning your calf muscles, your shin, moving to your ankles. And then notice your feet. And then notice the soles of your feet. Bringing your focus back to the seat you're on. Notice your back is straight. Shoulders, arms, hands are relaxed and comfortable. Your eyes are still closed and your mouth is still closed. And your face is relaxed. Once again, coming back to your breath, just beneath your nose. Now, as the breath moves in, you sense your body. As the breath moves out, you sense your body. Breathing in, you're at peace. Breathing out, you're at peace. Breathing in, you're calm. Breathing out, you're calm. And then just bringing an intention to smile. When you hear the next bell, use this bell to draw a few slow, deep breaths in. And then in your own good time, gently opening your eyes. Take your time.